Hi, I'm Grant Robertson, one of the product managers here at Black Duck. Today I'm going to go through a demo of Black Duck SCA with the new capabilities coming in our 2025 7.0 release. The new capability I'm going to go through today is a new vulnerabilities page. This is going to replace the existing security page around how customers manage security vulnerabilities within Black Duck SCA. This new page is going to significantly simplify the workflows around managing, triaging, and prioritizing vulnerabilities within Black Duck SCA. This is going to enable higher developer and security engineer productivity, making it easier to see which vulnerabilities are most critical and making it easier to remediate and triage vulnerabilities through some features such as bulk vulnerability triaging. This is going to make it easier to remediate the same vulnerability across multiple components or component versions. And based on earlier customer feedback, this is going to save users hundreds of hours from managing and remediating their vulnerabilities. By including information where it's most needed, it's also going to make it easier to understand and better prioritize the most critical vulnerabilities that need to be addressed earlier on. Let's jump in and have a look at what this new capability offers. Here I'm logged in to a Black Duck project where I've got a number of known vulnerable components. First thing you'll notice is there's no major change to this page other than the addition of this new vulnerabilities tab, and this replaces the existing security page. First off, let's look at some of the new capabilities for reviewing these vulnerabilities, such as this Google Guava component. I can click on this component now, and I can see the vulnerability information and the direct dependency upgrade guidance directly from this page. I can then also click on the vulnerabilities, and this will take me directly to a vulnerabilities page where I can then see the details for each of these vulnerabilities. If I expand this vulnerability, I can then see the description and a link to both the BDSA record and the CV record. I can also click on the component again, and this will bring up the sidebar, and I can expand the source column to then show me the dependency tree of this component. And here we can see that this Google Guava component is actually a transitive dependency of this Bone CP component. And this is why the component upgrade recommendation is recommending upgrading the Bone CP component. Let's remove this filter now, and let's look at some other vulnerabilities. So first off, this is now the list of all vulnerabilities across all components, and I'm going to add a filter here to look at only new vulnerabilities. This is still a lot of vulnerabilities, so I'm going to filter this again and look at some vulnerabilities from 2023. And I can see a couple of interesting vulnerabilities here, including this one here, which has a CISA KEV tag. This KEV tag means that this is a known exploited vulnerability coming from the CISA catalog, and this means that for federal customers, there is an explicit due date for when this vulnerability should have been remediated. I can expand this again, and I can see this vulnerability is actually affecting multiple component versions, both the Apache Tomcat 9.0.29 and the Netty Project 4.1.94. I can see every version and origin of this component, and one of the key changes with this new vulnerabilities page is I now have the ability to remediate this vulnerability across multiple components and versions and origins all in one go. Previously, this would have taken many steps to do this, and now I can remediate all of these vulnerabilities in a single step. So here I can mark it as known not affected, and I can give it a status justification. In this case, I'm going to say vulnerable code cannot be controlled. That's a quick look at how we can use this new vulnerabilities page to more efficiently manage, triage, and prioritize the most critical vulnerabilities.